Hi everyone, I'm Angie Bailey,
And I'm Aurora Newton.
and this is Ask the A Team. And we're going to talk about a vision that
We both
we've
have
had,
had
these
separately
dreams.
and
Yeah,
now together.
God dreams.
Yeah, we need to keep them in front of us.
Yeah,
And I think more importantly, we need to keep them in front of all of you because it not only helps you to realize your visions and to go after them, but it also joins, into a bigger world.
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think it's important for us to not um, be discouraged by things that when they don't, happen like right away.
Right.
Like sometimes, really, is 2 years really all that long? It's not.
I've been waiting
So
40 years to go to Africa. I have.
Yeah, yeah. So there are a lot of things that God is working out that we don't always we don't see that God business in all the time. So we're going to talk about a few things. Let's
Yeah.
talk about
I'll tell you what, though, it's interesting when you said that. I thought about the angels, that it took, what, 2 weeks?
to get there. Yeah,
2 weeks
when
for
they
them to get there to
for sure.
come and,
Mhm.
to come
Prince of the
and
Power of
fight
the Air.
and contend. Yeah,
Yeah.
because they were in battle someplace else.
Yeah, absolutely.
The spiritual realm is very real.
Very, very, very real. Sometimes I think way more relevant than the physical. So, so we're going to talk about Annie houses. Why don't you-
Annie houses. So
I feel like I'm interviewing. Tell us
Is it-
about
tell
Annie
me,
houses.
okay. So Annie houses are something, gosh, Ange, it's been, well, 2011 was when we took a cert from a business to a charitable nonprofit organization because it was never a business for me. It's always been a ministry.
Yeah.
So I just had to transition that. And so that's been, what, 7 years? So it's probably been 10 years ago that God gave me this vision of coming alongside of single moms who really operate without a covering over them. They operate without a husband to come alongside them, a father for their children, and many times predators target them, or they are just so consumed with trying to raise their children and even make a living that many
Head
times,
above the water.
yeah, it's like you're like,
Drowning.
yeah, that many times you hook up with men that are not safe and you don't realize it until it's too late. And I speak from a place of knowledge and understanding because I was a single mom, and Ange comes from a place of understanding because she was raised by a single mom.
Yeah.
So hear us again. When we speak, we're not trying to, there's no condemnation, there's no guilt, and no, in no way do we want to offend anyone. It's just understanding that these things can be hard. And I know that for me, I so wanted my children to be taken care of. But I was in a place in my life where God had really intervened, and I was walking in a faith walk where I was like, no to any men. I just have to focus on God, and I have to focus on my kids. So through that time, he brought me just into healing, into going from victim to victor, walking in freedom, and then birthing this business, which ultimately became an organization called Assert Now Incorporated. And so Annie, ANI, Annie houses are literally a vision to have homes. And recently we've been talking about a hotel, but to have a space where single moms can live in community, learn from each other, learn how to really depend on God and the resources that He gave them within themselves, partner with business to teach them maybe micro businesses, partner with colleges so that they can have discounted or scholarships to colleges so that they can have some of the same opportunities. We talk about demographics that there is prejudice against, or there's just they're just a population that many times feels as outcasts. I'll tell you what, when I was a single mom, it was hard even to be in church because there were women that literally told me, don't think that you're going to come into mine and my man's relationship. I mean, they literally told me and shunned me because they were so concerned that
Yeah.
I was going to try to break up their marriage so that I could have a man.
You're like, I'm just trying to raise my kids.
Yeah,
I'm
just
trying
trying to survive here. Yeah.
Yeah.
And not even that, but man, if you want to thrive, how are you going to thrive without people to come around you?
Absolutely.
So that's where this vision, and I have stewarded this, and life has taken me on my journey of my schooling, and trying to work as a full-time pastor and raise kids and do my doctorate, and just champion an organization has not afforded me all the time that I needed to steward that, but it's always in my heart. It's always in my heart to champion those who maybe haven't had the easiest time. So when God brought Angie and I together, it was like such a in this world, I think of fist bumps and explosions. It was that. It's like this cool thing coming together, and then this explosion of ideas and thoughts, but hearts. Because Angie too has a heart for those who are at risk.
Absolutely.
So talk about that and how that comes into play too.
Yeah, absolutely. So sometimes you can't always get to a family to help them in time, and so sometimes we have to have a kingdom plan for where to meet people where they're at, and a part of that are the orphans, and particularly aging out orphans, orphans that are aging out of the system.
Which is 18.
It's 18 years old, and thank God it is in this country. Many countries it's a lot younger.
Yeah.
But even still, I don't know what you guys were like when you were 18, but I was not ready to be aged out of anything. Thank God. I mean, I thought I was, right? Because I thought I had it all together.
There's wisdom
but I did
in
not.
age.
I did not have it all together. So thank God I had a family. Well, so many do not have a family, or they have a really bad situation. So a lot of times they go back into the very same situation or worse that they were rescued out of in the first place as a child. But here's the thing: if the church, if we can come together and we can help those, and part of what God has shown me is to partner healthy, help young people that come from healthy families.
Right.
And that probably most likely even called into some sort of ministry to bring them alongside of these aging out orphans, and connect them and help them through their journey together. There are so many resources that these aging out orphans have, but they have no one to help navigate them through that. They have education available to them, but even if you have a supportive system throughout high school, it's still challenging to go through everything and to dot all the I's and cross all the T's, or cross all the T's and dot all the I's. See, it's hard to do. And so if you don't have that support system, so what is it like to help people? And even just I don't know what I would do if I didn't have my family and my friends to call and mourn with when I'm grieving something, and celebrate with when I am life gives a win. And oftentimes it's those moments where people feel so, even if they do pull themselves out of a situation and find success in one way or another, when they don't have somebody in those moments, it's so isolating and it's so lonely. And so to give people a family, even after they're done growing up, and after they're, somebody to come home to at Thanksgiving and Christmas. What if I didn't have that? What if I didn't have that at that time in my life? How depressing.
Right.
And so many experience that. So it's just about partnering with them, giving them a place to stay, help getting them on their feet, help getting them started in their education, in their life, what they're going to do, whether that's trade school or college, and just help them get established, demonstrating what healthy family looks like.
Friendships are like.
Because
yes.
the biggest truth is you don't know until you don't know what you don't know. And if you don't know what healthy family looks like, and you only know what unhealthy family, what are you gonna
reproduce?
Yeah. So
and so you see the synergy in this. So you are gonna hear, I believe, a lot more about Annie Houses from here on out, because we're going to go after that. We are going to go after championing the single moms and the children, the aged out orphans, because truthfully, when you look at children with a single mom, they are orphaned. They
Mhm.
don't have a
Yeah.
father, and in a way, they are an orphan.
Yeah.
And so you are going to hear a lot more about Annie houses, because we are going to start to champion that, whether it's individual homes where we partner with families that can take on someone, or whether it's hotels, or a grand vision is that we have a camp someday that we can actually teach them how to grow food and raise
Multiple
food
cities,
and take it to
international.
take them into
Yeah.
take them into the inner cities and be able to bring healthy food. Like, you are going to hear more about this. We are championing this because God gave us a world vision, and he brought us together, and we want to steward that well.
Absolutely.
So if this in any way stirs you and you're like, I want to know more about this, we're updating our website. We are going to start raising support to really go after this, to educate. Literally, the bread of a certain now incorporate the bread of our organization are the people, the educators, the homes, the things that we can raise up to support those people that that are vulnerable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Thanks for joining us.
Yes. If this has helped you in any way or spoken to your heart, please like or share, and don't forget to follow Ask the A Team. Bye,
Thanks, guys.